does just look like a cramp. That's always a good sign. You want to know the big difference in the game right now, Matt?
What would that difference be, Mark?
Like we said, BV has punted the ball once and has 2 turnovers in the second half. Wartburg has punted the ball once and has 2 touchdowns in the second half.
I would say that's probably the deciding factor right about now.
Well, considering they're up by 2 touchdowns, I would hope so.
Yes.
We got Ben Smith going nowhere into the backfield. Maybe a loss of 2 on the play. We're going to find out. It's time to find out what the Beavers are made of, Matt.
Very much so. Only 4 minutes left in this disastrous third quarter thus far for the Beavers. Nothing's gone BV's way this quarter so far, Mark.
We have Jay Heathcote back in the game at receiver. He was on a receiving end of Klinkenfuss's 46-yard play in the first half. Got Klinkenfuss back to pass. Thrown behind the player of Josh Wigg. If he could have led Josh a little bit, it would have been a good play, but just threw it right behind him. It's going to be 3rd down and about 14 right now, Matt. So big offensive play right now.
This is not where you want to be sitting with 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the third quarter when you're down by 2 touchdowns.
Let's see what the offense can do right now with this play. 3rd down, 14. Ball on the 19-yard line. They have to make it up to about the 33-yard line. Looks like we got timeout by the Beavers. Klinkenfuss didn't like what he saw. Burns his first timeout of the second half. Let's hope him and Coach Hadcheck can figure out what play is going to work right now for the Beavers.
Looks to me, Mark, like BV really needs to, I think they need to get back to their passing game here. Something happened after halftime where BV just has not been able to throw the ball through the air right now, and I think that's something they need to get back to right now.
It's going to be interesting to see how the rest of this game pans out. Looks like Klinkenfuss is set, ready to go, as we see a whole host of Beaver fans out on the other side of the fence, lounging in their couches, making it as comfortable to watch a Beaver action as they can get. Eric Lance checks back into the game for the Beavers, so that's a good sign for the offensive line. Eric Lance's shoulder must be doing better now, must have popped it back into place. Klinkenfuss back to pass, little screen pass here by Ben Smith. Nothing going. Pickup of 3, they're gonna have to punt the ball away now. Second punt of the third quarter. Fourth down, 10 yards to go. We got Wade McEnroy in the punt unit onto the field. We got Ryan Roush, the conference's second leading punt returner, right behind BV's Jeff Brennan. Back to return. Got a nice low kick by Roush, fair catch. And there's a flag because you have to give him at least 2 yards to catch the ball, and that's what it's going to be. Andy Hodges was running down the field and he saw the fair catch, and the ball was just blown in his direction, so that's what's going to happen.
Tried to get out of his way, just a bad roll of the dice there.
He did all he could to get out of the way without hitting him, so he wouldn't do that. So that hurts BV. That's another 5-yard penalty on the Beavers. First down and 10, ball on the 48-yard line. Let's see if the Beavers can come up with a turnover or some sort right now. Wheeler under center. Moister, the lone back, up the middle. Breaks it out to the wide. Picks up the first down and more. pick up about 14. Kurt Boutstead with the pursuit out to the sideline to knock him out of bounds. So good hustle by Kurt. But without that, with that 13-yard pickup by Molster, gives the Knights another first down.
BV has any hope of staying in this football game right now, Mark. I think they need to make a defensive stand right here and not allow any points to be put on the board in Wartburg's
I would
favor.
have to agree with you. We got Frank Crone, number 39, out on Tim Flynn. We got another quick pass right now. Nothing going. He's trying that little screenplay again. Andy Hodges on the tackle. Didn't let Nate Steege go anywhere for the Knights. Loss of 3 on the play.
Nice job by BV recognizing that little hitch pass that Wartburg likes to run so much and got right out there and was able to stop it before it materialized into anything.
So 2nd down and 13 now. Ball on the 38-yard line. Time's clicking off the clock. I formation back. Ken Pulley, big fullback back. Royster. Got another pass by Wheeler out to number 29, it looks like, for the Wartburg Knights. Scott Denner. He's just a sophomore. He's a tight end. He's 6'2", 240. So look for him in the years to come. Another first down by the Wartburg offense.
Wheeler just stood in the pocket there nicely, calmly, and then threw it right over Kurt Bousted's head.
Moister with the ball up the right side, pickup of 3, maybe 4.
Wartburg right now showing why they're ranked nationally as a football team, Mark. They're just marching right down and making the plays that they need to play to win this ball game right here.
Brad Pullman, number 64, made that stop. Let's see if the defense can come up big at 2nd down and 6. Ball on the 13-yard line. Wheeler's under center with an I formation in the backfield. Like it's another counter play to Moisture. Nothing going there. Maybe a 1-yard loss by a whole gang of Beaver tacklers there.
Nice job by the defensive
Sam Ortman
line.
was also in on the pile. He's right out of here from Storm Lake. 3rd down 5. Ball on the 12-yard line right now. Let's see if the Beavers can come up big. We got back to pass. Their big tight end into the touchdown one more time. Number 99, Justin Seaberg, or Paul Seaberg, excuse me, out of Marshalltown, has the 2nd touchdown of the day. With this PAT, could make the score 42-21. 3rd quarter has not been kind with another Beaver down on the field.
Not quite sure who that was.
We can't quite get a number on that fella yet. Let's take a look at that last touchdown by the Wartburg Knights. It was a nice just drag route by Seaberg coming in, and since he's 6'4", he fell in from about the 2-yard line.
Looked like number 37 there is the player that's down on the field, which would be Josh Toot.
Real quick update for Wheeler, the Knights quarterback. He has 223 yards now, 5 TDs, no interceptions. He is 18 out of 29, so he's throwing the ball like 30 times a game, which is a lot.
Yes.
Well, I guess when you stand 6'4" and complete like 60-some% of your passes, that's a lot of reason to throw the ball.
I would say so. If you're completing 66% of your passes, why not throw the ball?
Telso's PAT is up and good.
That extra point.
42-21. The Knights have just taken over this ball game.
They have. This third quarter, BV came out. They came out with fire, but Wartburg has just come out and been able to make the plays and stop Buena Vista, whereas Buena Vista has just not been able to get anything going on offense this quarter, and they've not been able to stop the Knights.
We have a final right now. I think Loris has defeated Upper Iowa 18-0. We have Josh Wig and Ben Smith back deep yet again for the Beavers. Telso is getting set to kick off, getting the ball from one of the refs. Let's see if the offense can mount an attack right now and get back into this game. Beavers are going to have the wind thrown into the wind on the fourth quarter, or thrown with the wind into the fourth quarter. If you remember right, the score was 21-21 at halftime. Wartburg has put on 3 TDs to make the score 42-21 right now in favor of the Knights. Telso set to kick, and we're off yet again. Another return by Wig, taken at the 2, coming across the field. Ball is stopped about the 10-yard line. So again, the Beaver offense is in a difficult position on the field. Into the third quarter right now. Let's take it down to our field reporter, Mandy Myers. See what she has for us now.
It's a day full of injuries out here. We have some updates for you. Number 63, Eric Lance, is back in the game, even with his left shoulder. Number 42, Kevin Endelman, hurt his left ankle, but he walked it off. And just recently, number 37 came out and he just got his bell rung. So everybody's looking good and everybody's still playing. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Mandy.
All right.
That's good news. Everybody's feeling okay down there.
Like we were saying earlier, it is a tough physical game. And let's see the final 15 minutes of the game. If BV can put on 3 touchdowns in 15 minutes like Wartburg did the last 15 minutes.
I'd like to see that, Mark. I would.
I would not complain either, as we have some spectators on the lake trying to catch some free football action.
And we hope that boat doesn't capsize. It's a little bit
It's
rough
a little
out
bit
on the
choppy
lake today.
right now out on Storm Lake. It's good to see Eric Lance in there. It's always dangerous when you have your shoulder pop out, especially when you have surgery on it before. So he's a tough guy. And hopefully he can finish out this game and the injury isn't too serious so he can continue the season. Klinkenfuss and the Buena Vista offense set right now. Got Klinkenfuss, a little play action here. Klinkenfuss decides to run, takes the ball up to about the 15, 18 yard line, pickup of 8. It's going to be second down and 1.
Nice job by Klink recognizing that nobody was really open again, and so just tucked that ball under his arm, and away he goes.
Looks like we're going to have shotgun formation right now with Ben Smith and Zach Mathers in the backfield, along with 3 wideouts. Klinkenfuss set, ready to go. We got a false start on the offensive line. They were pulling a little bit too soon. Jeff Lang, number 75, is going to push it back to make it second down and 6 for the Beavers.
False start against Buena Vista. Dead ball foul.
The Wartburg defense have played an excellent half so far. They're stacking the running game a little bit more than they were in the first half and really watching out for number 41, Ben Smith.
Yes, they've really been keying in on him, Mark. Ben Smith has had from my memory, 4 or 5 touches, and he hasn't been able to produce much of, well, anything close to what he was producing in the first half.
2nd down and 6. 14 minutes left to go. Klinkenfuss, quarterback draw, nothing going there. A loss of 1. It's going to be 3rd down and 7 right now, I would say, for the BV offense. We might see a little pass right here, don't you think, Matt?
Sally Rezebek says yes.
Back up near the line of scrimmage makes it 3rd.
Watch for Sally and the rest of the women basketball players this upcoming winter, as the women's basketball team should have a great season again. Klinkenfuss set, ready to go. We got shotgun formation, fullback Mike Minke and Adam Bentz in the backfield to block for Klinkenfuss. Klinkenfuss tackled again for another yard loss. It's going to be 4th down and 7. Brings on the punt unit yet again. The defensive line is just wreaking havoc out in the backfield for Klinkenfuss.
Very much so. Klinkenfuss is not able to, I think that was designed to be a passing play, and because of the low snap, he was not able to get anything going. And just had to kind of tuck it under and take the loss.
Wade McEnroy back in his own end zone to kick out. Nice kick, Ryan Roush. Ball's on the ground. Picked up. Beaver, if they would have had one guy there, that could have been a big break. Ryan Roush was unable to hold on to it. Picked up by number 25, Nate Stagey for the Knights. Let's take a look at that punt and see what happened. Got Roush just like slipped right through his hand. Ben Smith was so keyed in on taking the tackle, didn't realize the ball is dropped. And Andy Hodges and Ben Smith finish it out right now. So it's 1st down and 10, ball on the 45-yard line for the Knights. Beaver's going to have to start making plays here sometime. Moister, the ball carry up the middle, no go. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. Good job by Sean Foy, number 61, number 9, Kurt Bausted, and number 92, Eric Shade. As you see, the score is 42-21, 3 touchdowns for the Wartburg Knights in the 3rd quarter. Wheeler under center, hand off to Moister again. Good job by Angie Hodges wrapping up. Good job by Kurt Bausted making him turn inside so Angie Hodges could come help out.
Gain of 3, 3rd and 6 at the 49.
3rd down and 6 now. 11 and a half minutes left to go in the game. The Wartburg offense is just milking time off the clock right now, which is a smart thing to do when you're in the lead.
Very much
in
so.
a tough football game.
11 minutes left.
You got a nice catch by Tim Flynn over on the left side. Brian Davis wasn't too happy with that call. He felt that Tim pushed off, but no call by the officials. Another big 1st down picked up by the offense for the Wartburg Knights. Ball about on the 24-yard line. 1st down and 10. Wheeler has really impressed me today, Matt. He stays poised in the pockets. His throws look so effortless, and they're always right on the money.
Mr. Wheeler is a very good quarterback, to say the very least. Like you said, very poised. He's probably got 3 or 4 years of experience under his belt as a college quarterback, and
got kind of a shovel pass pitch type thing up to Moister. Pickup of 1 brings up second down 9. Ball on the 22.
No game, 2nd and 10.
Both teams are looking tired right now in this physical game right now, Matt.
It's very understandable. Hot sun and hard work make for tired guys.
Moister up the middle again. Pickup of 2 at the most will bring up third down and 7 for the Wartburg Knights. Let's see if the Beaver defense can come up big right now. Wes Jungie, Wade McEnroy in on the stop for the Beavers. Right now, Moister has carried the ball 20 times for 71 yards. So we're holding him a little bit better in the second half, but Wheeler has blown up the passings. We have a little draw here. Moister's going to go in for a touchdown. Sean Foy is kind of scooping it up with one of the offensive linemen. I don't think they like each other too well, Matt.
I don't think anybody in different colored uniforms down there likes anybody else too much right about now.
That was a nice 20-yard pickup by Moister. That puts him about 91 yards on the game with 21 carries. So that's going to make the score 48-21. At least before Telso's extra point attempt. Telso set, ready to go. PAT is up and good. Makes the score 49-21 in favor of the Wartburg Knights.
To be quite honest with you, Mark, this is not the second half that I expected when the Beavers came out of the locker room.
You are not the only one thinking that, Matt. Looked like the Wartburg Knights made the necessary adjustments on their defensive side of the ball to stop Rob Klinkenfuss in the offense. And it looks like their offense made the adjustments to figure out what to do to our defense.
Very much so.
That's what you get when you have 11 returning starters from last year. All that experience is paying off. Because they're all one more year older, one more year experienced. As Telso is set to kick off with 9:33 left to go in the game. Since halftime, Wartburg has 4 touchdowns, 1 punt, and Buena Vista has punted the ball 3 times with 2 turnovers. Telso set to kick off. Wig and Smith back deep to receive. Looks like it's going to go back to Wig about at the 12-yard line. Picks it up past the 20, 25. Gets out to the 30, maybe the 31. So offense starts off on the ball at the 30-yard line. Let's see if Klinkenfuss starts airing it up the ball. Let's see what Coach Hadshak's going to start calling.
Return by Josh Wig.
Hopefully the Beavers can get something going here, take some sort of momentum into next week.
Next week is our bye week, Matt. Might be a good week to regroup before we take on Co. Klinkenfuss, little option out to Ben Smith. Finds a hole opening, takes off. He's off to the races. Ben Smith is tripped up about the 25-yard line. Nice option play by Ben Smith, just putting his head down and just bowling his way through the line.
It's really what BV needs right now, kind of a picker-upper.
Just a real quick score to get their spirits back up going. Let's take a look right now at that replay of a nice option run by Ben Smith.
45-yard pickup here by Ben Smith.
Ben Smith just takes it up, breaking a few tackles, tries to cut his way back inside. Maybe if he would have cut outside, he could have made it all the way, Matt. I don't know. He knew he was down in the field. He knows better than I do. Klinkenfuss under center, set and ready to go. Pitch out to Ben Smith again. Pickup of another 2-3 yards.
Smith again on the carry. Tackled by Chad Winters.
Fullback Mike Minke was leading him.
3-yard gain, 2nd and 7 at the 22.
Brings up 2nd down and 6. Pickup of 4 on the play. Ball's on the 22-yard line. Let's see if we can get a quick strike here by the Beavers. Another quick update, Matt. Eric Lance is back out of the game. He's getting his shoulder checked out again. Klinkenfuss passes down the middle. I think it was attempted for West Bohonic, but just threw behind him yet again. Almost picked off.
Bounced off the hands of number 21 for Wartburg. Number 21 being Bo Harris. Junior out of Arlington, Texas.
He's a long way from home.
Very much so.
Zach Mathers checks into the game with Josh Wigg as we see Mathers and Smith in the backfield at a split formation with Klinkenfuss in the shotgun. Got a little option play to Ben Smith again. He's out over, picks up the first down, pickup of about 7, 8, maybe 9 yards. Tackle was made by number 36, Devine, for the Wartburg Knights. Ben Smith is really carrying the workload of the running right now as you just took a quick look at Eric Lance getting his shoulder wrapped up and iced up as Greg Johnson takes over for at offensive guard for the Beavers. 7 minutes, 55 seconds left to go. Klinkenfuss play action fake. Finds Josh Espinoza, just threw it a little bit behind him. Pass incomplete. Brings up 2nd down and 10.
Nice idea by Klink. Espinoza just double covered there and was not able to hang on to the ball. Nice hit in the air, though, by the Wartburg defender.
Let's see if the BV offense can punch it in right now. Brings up 2nd down and 10. Ball on the 13-yard line. Klinkenfuss under 7 with Mike Minke and Ben Smith in the backfield. Pitch out to Ben Smith. Pickup of 2, maybe 3, down to the 10-yard line. Is going to bring 3rd down and long. Defensive end, Serrata, number 96 for the Wartburg Knights, in on the tackle. It's 3rd down and 8 for the Beavers. Ben Smith thrown back in the backfield. Got a little option play. Klinkenfuss makes it down to about the 4-yard gain. Still going to be short of the first down, about 4th down and 5, 4th down and 4. It's going to be an interesting call right now. I think looks like they're going to go for it on 4th down, Matt.
Nothing to lose here, Mark. 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in this ball game. Might as well go for it. Try to get the score, at least the first down.
We got Mike Minke and Ben Smith in the backfield. Our receivers are Josh Wigg, Josh Espinoza, and Kyle Corbett, as Ben Smith is running off the field with Minke, the one back in the backfield now. We got a little fade route to Kyle Corbett, incomplete. Turn the ball over on downs. Looks like we got a. Is that a flag on the play I see, Matt?
I see a flag on the field, yes, but I don't think it's going to be for what the Beavers want it to be for.
It is on the Beavers.
I think some of the Beavers were looking for a pass interference call.
So that turns the ball. The Beavers turn the ball over on downs. They're down by the score of 49-21. Let's see if the Beavers defense can step up and stop the potent Knight offense right now.
Yes, indeed, Mark. It'd be an emotion lifter here if we can at least hold them to a 3-and-out drive here.
Wheeler back in the game. He's under center, set and ready to go. Hand off to Moister up the left side. Beatty. Nice job by number 97, Sam Ortman, hitting him initially. And Bart Smith finishing it off.
We have 2nd and 6 at the 12-yard line.
Second down and 4. Ball on the 12-yard line. Wartburg set and ready to go. We got a little play action. Kevin Endelman.
Depends on where they mark it down. Could be a safety for the Beavers.
Nice job by Kevin Endelman getting into the backfield and wrapping up. Looks like they're going to mark it about the 2. Let's take a quick look at that replay. A nice sack by Kevin Endelman. Nice job coming right off the end there. So that's a nice job by Kevin, shaking off that left ankle sprain he had earlier. Got Moister again with the ball up the middle. Brings it out to about the 10-yard.
Actually, Mark, I think that's Beatty on that run. I could be wrong, but I thought I saw the number 30.
Well, that's what you're here for, Matt. That forces the Knights to punt the ball. And let's see if Jeff Brennan can make a spark by getting a decent return.
Brennan back to receive at about the Wartburg 44-yard line.
Telso kicking back out of his back of his end zone. Good snap. Kick is on their way. It's up. Kicked off the left side. Goal is out of bounds about the 30-yard line. Maybe the 33.
Hopefully the Beavers can get something going on this drive, Mark. They kind of stalled down there on that last one. Again, you can't take much more than experience from this game right now.
That is true, Matt. Game is pretty much out of reach right now as you see backup quarterback John Ivanovich into the game for Klinkenfuss. That was the first punt for the Wartburg Knights since 9:07 in the third quarter. So they've went over a quarter, almost a quarter and a half without punting the ball, which is always good if you're from a coaching standpoint.
Saw a flag on the field, on the far side of the field.
It's against the Wartburg Knights. It's a good sign for the Beavers. With 3 minutes, 35 seconds left to go in the game, you really can't take much away from this game other than experience, like you were saying, Matt. It's a good chance for the coaches to break down the game film and find out what went right, what went wrong.
Let's emphasize here, it's not due to lack of effort on the Beavers' part. They came out and they gave all their hearts out in the second half here. They just got flat out played, is basically what it came down to.
Carry by Adam Bentz, about a 6-yard pickup up the middle, takes the ball down to about the 20. Beaver first down. Ball on the 20-yard line. 1st and 10. We should look for some big things from this Wartburg Knight Ball Club throughout the rest of the season, Matt.
They're quite a ball club. They can, assuming they get into the Division III playoffs, Mark, they could go quite a ways in the playoffs if they play like they did today.
We got a false start by the Beavers now. It's moving up first down and 15 from the 25-yard line.
Throws it back to the 25-yard line, first and 15.
The thing I noticed throughout the second half, Matt, the Buena Vista offense really didn't get a chance to get into any of a rhythm at all, because the majority of the time it was either a turnover or 3 downs and out.
Wartburg did a nice job of disrupting the Beavers' offense this half. That's a very good assessment of the half.
Ben Smith with the carry up the middle. He breaks it out wide. Touchdown, Ben Smith.
Nice job.
Good individual effort by Ben Smith, breaking it out wide when he saw the cut wasn't, or the opening in the middle wasn't there. Brings his up second touchdown of the game, I believe.
Yes, that would be Ben Smith's second touchdown of the game. The first one was a 1-yard plunge.
So great job by Ben Smith.
But nice work by the Beavers there. Even though they're down by 3 touchdowns now, there's still 2:45 to go in this game, and they're not giving up. That's a really good effort there. That's good to see. That's what you like to see, Mark, that they're not getting down on themselves. They just realized that they made a few mistakes today, and they got exploited. But they're not giving up. That's the main thing right
As
here.
Carlos's PAT is blocked, which makes the score remain at 49-27.
Looked like number 50, Gilbert Salter, got a hand on it. Score now 49.
Who do you think got a hand on that one, Matt?
I really couldn't tell you, Mark.
I would think it'd be number 50, Gilbert Salter. He's about 6'1", 235. But that would be my guess, and you know how well my eyes have been treating me today.
This is very true, Mark.
So that's the second missed PAT by Carlos today, which is kind of something you don't see too often of.
Very true. Not very often does Carlos miss PATs, or do they get blocked, for that matter.
So with 2:45 left to go in the game, Buena Vista is down by the score of 27-49. Let's see if Carlos can pin them deep into their own territory yet again. I think Wartburg's lining up like it's an onside kick. What do you think?
That looks like it to me.
Martinez to kick it off.
Carlos set to kick off, and we're off and running. That was kind of a curveball kick by Carlos. It did not travel 20 yards, or 10 yards, excuse me, and it went out of bounds. So there's another flag on the play.
Not what BV was looking for. Obviously, that was attempting to be a onside kick, and it didn't go the mandatory 10 yards that it has to before another BV player can touch it. So it's a penalty on the Beavers, and the Wartburg Knights get the ball anyway.
That puts the ball about at the 35, 36-yard line. Brings up 1st and 10. Wheeler under center. Nice stop by number 61, Sean Foy.
Driven down. A loss of 2 makes it 2nd and 12 at the BV 38-yard line.
Loss of 2 on the play. Good job by Sean Foy getting in the backfield. As we see a couple of new defenders in for the Beavers right now. We have number 20, Chris Zimmerman. He's a senior out of Sac City, Iowa. Number 39, Frank Crone is in there. Number 32, Garrett Gingrich is in there. Number 58 is back in the game. That's Joel Barrett. So we have getting a couple of guys some looks on the field and getting them some experience. Number 59 is also in there, J.D. Kuchera. So that's a Smart move by Coach Hadachek, getting some younger players some experience on the day. Nice play by Sean Foy yet again, wrapping up Beatty. Looks like we have a flag on the play.
It's going to be a loss on the play, but the indication from the referee is offsides against the
Looks like we got an offside penalties called on the Beavers. Someone must have lined up in the neutral zone. So instead of 3rd down and about 15, it's going to be probably 3rd down and 10.
Make that 3rd and 7 at the 28-yard
Excuse me, 3rd and 7.
5-yard offsides penalty.
That's BV's 8th penalty of the game for 68 yards. Wartburg has only had 4 penalties for 34. So penalties also a factor in this game.
Penalties and turnovers have really hurt BV today, Mark. Really, there's no other way to explain it. Penalties and turnovers just killed BV here in the second half.
I couldn't set it better myself, Matt. Wheeler under center, I formation. 3rd down and 7. We got Beatty up the middle. About a pickup of 5. It's going to be 4th down and 2. So it's going to be interesting. Do you think they're going to try a field goal or go for it? What's the deal, Matt?
I would say they would probably just attempt the field goal here, but that's not. I'm not in the Wartburg's head, I guess.
Minute 10 left on the clock.
They may go for it just since they have some of their less experienced players in here just to get them a little bit more experience, Mark. That looks.
Number 11 is in at quarterback for Wartburg. That's Jacob Olson. He's just a freshman out of Osage. He's 6'5", so they like those tall QBs. Looks like we got a penalty. It's going to be delay of game, so it's going to be 4th down and 8 or 7 now instead of 4th and 2. So their starting quarterback is 6'4", their backup quarterback is 6'5".
I'd hate to see the third string quarterback. It's probably 6'6".
I couldn't tell you if I was, even if I wanted to, Matt. We have number 1 checking into the game, Dallas Pagel. He's a senior tight end from Plainfield. So getting some other backup players' experience for the Wartburg Knights. We got a draw play by Beatty. Breaks it loose enough for the 1st down. Picks up about 13 yards, brings the ball to the 20-yard line.
20-yard line, and that's going to be good for a nice 1st down.
40 seconds to go now, Mark.
61 out there.
As you can see, the score still is Wartburg 49, Buena Vista 27.
1st and 10 for the Knights at the 20-yard line.
The thing that I noticed, Matt, is Wartburg had, 28 unanswered points by the Beavers throughout the second half.
Yes. 28 unanswered points is a very tough thing to come back from no matter what sport you're in.
That is true. Especially baseball, I bet.
Or hockey.
He takes a kneel. That's going to be the ball game, folks. Buena Vista comes out on the losing end of Parents Weekend by the score of 49-27. It's a tough loss by the Beavers right now, Matt. They thought they had what it takes coming into this game, but Wartburg just poured it on in the second half. They wanted to show that they are supreme. They are number 1 in the IR conference, but yet they still have to play a couple tough teams in Simpson and Central throughout the rest of the year. Then again, so does BV. So the season doesn't mean it's a total loss right now for the Beavers. This puts their record down to 2-1.
I tell you what, Mark, I think what happened here today, BV had what it took to beat Wartburg. We really did. What happened in the second half is that we just made too many mental errors, and it came down to Wartburg exploited those mental errors and was able to capitalize on scores, whereas BV was not able to. Wartburg didn't make many mental errors, and BV was just not able to capitalize on their scoring drives.
Second half really was basically the game, Matt. It's just amazing the differences in the halves. The first half, everything was even. Ball was going up and down the field. It was fun to announce, A lot of action-packed game. Second half, Wartburg moved the ball up and down the field. They have a potent offense, and the rest of the teams, they should look out for it. Matt Wheeler, Ryan Roush, Justin Beatty. Let's take a look at the second half highlights to find out what went on with the Beavers. This is a nice play by Mike Petticourt and the whole defense, stopping Moisture from getting the end of the end zone. Moisture goes up and over for that first down. That's kind of an unorthodox way to get a first down, Matt.
Unorthodox, but it got it nonetheless.
There's a nice little fake there. As you see them score their other touchdown, the first touchdown of the second half with their tied in right there. It was just a good fake. Another nice tackle sack by Kevin Endelman right there. That was right after he had a roughing the passer play. Right there, good job by Jeff Brennan. There's a fumble that could have happened, probably popped out of bounds, Matt. It's hard saying what happened there because the players were in the way. Matt Wheeler under center yet again. They really like those quick pitch passes and the screen type things.
That seems to be a key to Wartburg's offense as you look through these highlights, that they like that little hitch pass out and then they go.
Nice completion to Wes Bohonic by quarterback Rob Klinkenfuss right there. Matt Wheeler again. His big tight end gets tripped up about the 4 and falls in for the end zone. Got Ryan Roush right there with a muffed punt. And Wartburg picks it up. Ben Smith and Andy Hodges therefore got a nice pitch play here. Option play to Ben Smith. Takes the ball about 45 yards.
That's the big play of the second half for BV
Cuts
right
it in
there.
behind Wes Bohonic, the leading blocker, but is tripped up from behind. Ben Smith later goes on to score right there. Could have been a safety there by Kevin Endelman, but they didn't give it to us. So Justin Beatty, excuse me, takes it off. As you see the final score for Beaver football, Wartburg 49, Buena Vista 27. What do you think the adjustments that were made during the second half for Wartburg?
I think Wartburg went into halftime and said, look, we need to stop Ben Smith. He's really hurting us right now. He had about 45 or 50 yards in the first half for running yards, and they shut him down in the second half. And Wartburg really, their offense.
Let's take it down to the field right now. We have Coach Hadachek and Ben Smith waiting with Mandy Meyer. Let's take it down there so we don't have to keep them waiting anymore. Take it away, Mandy.
Okay, we're here with Coach Hadachek and offensive player Ben Smith. Coach Hadachek, now that you have a week off, what do you plan to do with your players?
First of all, when you got a week off, you got 2 weeks to prepare for your next opponent. Obviously, we got some things we got to work on every phase of our football team. I'm extremely disappointed with this game. I really believe in these guys. We'll rebound from this one. There's a lot of football to be left played, but I tell you what, I will not settle for second place.
What do you think your main improvements need to be in?
All phases, special teams, defense, and offense. It was just too easy for Wartburg to score, and it's not a typical BV football effort out there. And, I'm not down on our men. I got to look at the videotape, but we got some problems we need the answers right now.
Okay, thank you. And, Ben, what do you think that you did for your individual effort to help the team today?
Well, I tell you what, it wasn't an individual effort. It was the holes were huge. There was just many options of where to go, but like Coach Hadachek said, there's a lot of things we have to work on, and it's not one person, it's the whole team.
From a player's point of view, what do you think you need to focus on mainly?
I think we just need to pick ourselves up after this. It's far from over. We shot ourselves in the foot a lot, but it's far from over. We got a lot of games left.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you.
And that's it for today with the BV Beavers. Okay, back to you guys.
All right, thanks, Mandy. As you heard, Coach Hadachek, he is disappointed in the game, but he's not mad at his players. He's mad at where the chips fell, Matt.
That's exactly
as we were talking about all day. It's amazing. Game was even going into halftime. It's amazing how 15 minutes at halftime and regrouping can make a change for another team. As you were saying before, let's talk a little bit about where the Beavers can improve.
I think the Beavers need to improve on keying in on certain plays, and then getting to those plays and stopping them. The play that comes to mind the most is obviously that little hitch play that Wartburg likes to run so much, that little toss-out play. BV didn't really recognize that for a while, and once they recognized that, they really shut it down. I think that's something they need to work on. They also need to work on kind of identifying the runner and tackler, I guess. There's, like Coach Hadachek was saying, there's quite a few things that need to be worked on right now, but BV's going to bounce back from this. They're a good football team. The second half is not indicative of this BV football team. I believe the first half is more indicative of a BV football team.
All right. We got a week off for next week. We don't have a game. That's what a week off means, isn't it, Matt?
I would think so, yeah.
All right, so the 25th, there's no game for the Buena Vista Beavers. They're going to take 2 weeks to regroup now. They're taking on Cornell, on October 2nd at Cornell. So join us then. Find out at Beaver Football Weekly who's going to be playing well for the Cornell game. I have no clue what I'm trying to say, Matt.
Next Innovation video game will be October 16th. That's at home against Simpson. Should be a big one. Hope to see you then.
All right. As for Mark Hazelton, Matt Lacasse, and everybody here on the crew, thanks for tuning in to Beaver Football on Innovation Video Sports.